more than 12,000 miles of navigable waterways. 60% of U.S. grain and oilseed exports, including more than 2.5 billion bushels of corn and soybeans, transit the upper Mississippi-Illinois River system each year. And oh, by the way, this supports 400,000 jobs in that part of the world. The American Midwest is both overlaid by this waterway and the world's largest contiguous piece of farmland. The U.S. Atlantic coast possesses more major ports than the rest of the Western Hemisphere combined. The United States has capital, food surpluses, and physical insulation in excess of every other country in the world by an exceedingly large margin. So like the Turks, the Americans are not important because of who they are, but because of where they live. The most distinctive and important feature of North America is the river network in the middle 1/3 of the continent. While its components are larger in both volume and length than most of the world's rivers, this is not what sets the network apart. Very few of its tributaries begin at high elevations, making vast tracts of these rivers easily navigable. In the case of the Mississippi, the head of navigation just north of Minneapolis is 3,000 kilometers inland. The network consists of 6 distinct river systems: the Missouri, Arkansas, Red, Ohio, Tennessee, and the Mississippi. The unified nature of this system greatly enhances the region's usefulness and potential economic and political power. First, shipping goods via water is an order of magnitude cheaper than shipping them via land. The specific ratio varies greatly based on technological era and local topography, but in the petroleum age in the United States, the cost to transport via water is roughly 10 to 30 times cheaper than overland. This simple fact makes countries with robust maritime transport options extremely capital rich when compared to other countries. This factor is the primary reason why the major economic powers of the past half century have been Japan, Germany, France, United Kingdom, and the United States. Second, the watershed of the greater Mississippi Basin largely overlays North America's arable lands. Normally, agricultural areas as large as the American Midwest are underutilized as the cost of shipping their output to more densely populated regions cuts deeply into the economics of agriculture. In the greater Mississippi River Basin, the vast bulk of the prime agricultural lands are within 200 kilometers of a stretch of navigable water. Road and rail are still used for collection, but nearly omnipresent river ports allow for the entirety of the basin's farmers to easily and cheaply ship their products to markets not just in North America, but all over the world. The river network's unity greatly eases the issue of political integration. All of the people of the basin are part of the same economic system, ensuring constant contact and common interest with one another. It's worth briefly explaining why I fixate on navigable rivers as opposed to coastlines. First, navigable rivers by definition service twice the land area of a coastline. Rivers have 2 banks, coastlines only have 1. Secondly, rivers are not subject to tidal forces, greatly easing the construction and maintenance of the supporting infrastructure. Third, storm surges often accompany oceanic storms, which force the evacuation of oceanic ports. None of this eliminates the usefulness of coastal ports, but in terms of the capacity to generate capital, coastal regions are a poor second compared to lands with navigable waters. Now, recent